Welcome, Rotarians and guests, to the Rotary Club of York, where our mission is to improve life in the city of York by connecting our club's diverse community leaders through fellowship, action, and service. I am your president for the last time, Courtney Piccolo. And as you know, we start off our meetings by reciting the four-way test. If you join me, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Today, our opening song, America the Beautiful, and the pledge will be led by Leanne Wilson, followed by the invocation with Steve Feldman and visitor introductions by Jennifer Hitz.
Rotarians and guests, please join me. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, a purple mountain's majesty above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please join me in a word of prayer. Lord God, great lover of humanity, we have many things for which to be grateful to you. Our failing is that we tend to forget about them all. Tomorrow is Juneteenth. We are grateful for those who accomplished the cleansing of one of the greatest blights on our national character, chattel slavery, the perverse notion that some people were human beings and other people were not. Today, Courtney Piccolo steps down from our club's presidency, and Wilda Reahm-Alessi will take her place. We are grateful for Courtney's calm yet energetic leadership in the midst of profound changes in the club and in her life. We welcome Wilda's tenure with anticipation and our pledge of support. Each week we are blessed with a fine meal and friendly and attentive service. Please help us to express our gratitude to the staff as they serve us. And always, help us carry away from this meeting a willingness to convert our gratitude into action, with Rotary's values of service above self and the four-way test as our guide. Inspire each of us to find ways to do a little more good and to be a little more kind this day and every day. In that name which each of us calls you, we pray, Amen.
I am pleased to have the honor of introducing our guests for today's meeting. When I call your name, please stand and remain standing until President Courtney has welcomed you. Visiting Rotarians, Vaughn Krause, President-elect of the Uptown Club. Guests, Jess Delp, guest of past President John Kleindienst. Tony Hampton, guest of President-elect Wilda. Catherine Roque, guest of President-elect Wilda. Angela Ang Alhadeff, guest of President-elect Wilda. Craig Hirsch, you're going to see a theme here, guest of President-elect Wilda. Kim Lentz, guest of President-elect Wilda. Haley Hernandez, guest of President-elect Wilda. Maria Swamley, guest of Leanne Wilson. And Jose Serrano, guest of membership.
On behalf of our Rotary Club, I would like to extend a heartfelt welcome to all of our visitors today. It's always a pleasure to have new faces join us, whether you're here for the first time or returning. Rotary is all about connecting, serving, and making a positive impact in our community and beyond. And we're excited to have you here with us. Rotarians, please help me welcome all of our visitors. And Steve, thanks for calling me calm. I can't wait to tell my husband and employees that I was called calm today. All right, now for some announcements. The Youth Leadership Committee will meet at 1:30 p.m. following this meeting downstairs in the Mixed Grill. The Youth Exchange Committee meets tomorrow at 12 p.m. noon on Teams. The Communication Committee will meet on Tuesday, June 24th at 4 p.m. at Heritage Hills. And as a reminder, we will have a meeting next week, but the following week, the week of 4th of July, we will not have a meeting. And on July 23rd, we will hold our meeting at the York State Fair. Enjoy a meal of fair favorites, including sausage, hamburgers, hot dogs, popcorn, it's bad, popcorn, fudge, water, and soft drinks, followed by a program from Rotarian Patrick Ball on the history of the York Fair, and a glimpse of what's happening at this year's fair and all of the future plans. Your attendance includes admission to the fair after the meeting, and an optional guided walking tour of the fair will be available at 10 a.m. prior to the club meeting. I attended this last year. It was awesome. It was fabulous. The tour ahead of time, getting to see all the behind the scenes things. So I would highly encourage you to sign up for that. You're able to bring guests, and you must register in advance to attend. And the registration deadline is July 16th. You'll find a registration link in tomorrow's announcer that gets emailed out to you. And please note that this meeting will not be broadcast on Zoom and not recorded for future viewing on YouTube. And congratulations to President-elect nominee Doug Berman on his daughter Sarah's wedding this past weekend. Aww. So a fun note about Sarah, years ago, our club awarded her a student scholarship to help her pursue her studies at MIT, where she just graduated from last week. So it's fun to see things come around and see where she's going today. Now at this time, I would like to invite past President Brian Tate to the podium with a very special guest, Miss Pennsylvania.
Thank you, President Courtney. Rotarians, last year when I appeared with Miss Pennsylvania, I gave you kind of a primer about my involvement in the organization. And it's really not because I'm a crown chaser. It's more about my seriously, it's more about my sincere interest in our community. And I think most of you who know me well know that that's my highest priority, is what I can do for York. So when there was an opportunity for York to apply for the license for Miss Pennsylvania, Debbie Butcher went after that with full gusto. And when we were awarded that license out of a number of proposals, we were so fortunate to bring a statewide organization's board to York, but also an annual event that for a week drives economic development in our community. And I'm thrilled for this event to play that role. So not only are we bringing 40 candidates from across Pennsylvania to York, but because of them, their families, their fans, their friends, their local directors, and all the other women who competed in those local programs where they started, we're filling the Yorktown Hotel. We are filling hotels along Route 30 and around the community. All those folks have to eat during the week. So where do you think they're going? They're going to some amazing restaurants in our community. And a lot of them so thoughtfully provide lunch for our candidates during the week or for our judges during the week. So we're so thankful to send business back to them too, and to thank them in that way. We have amazing community support that's driving this economic development opportunity for York. We're so thankful for sponsors like the J. William Reahm Foundation, the Graham Group, Creative York, Rudders, Explore York, and the Yorktown Hotel, and a long, long list of other businesses and individuals in York and across the Commonwealth who provide scholarship opportunities for the Miss Pennsylvania Scholarship Foundation. And I'm proud to report that this year is the largest number of scholarships that this organization has ever provided. We'll be offering $75,000 in scholarships on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Thank you. So I'm not the interesting speaker here. I'm turning the podium to my friend Paige Weinstein. This is Miss Pennsylvania 2024.
Thank you, Brian, and thank you so much for the Rotary Club for having me today. It's a really special day for me because this is my last appearance as Miss Pennsylvania. So I'm very excited to be here with you all at the largest Rotary Club in Pennsylvania. A little bit about myself. I am born and raised a Pittsburgh native, and I'm a proud 7th generation Pennsylvanian. So being able to serve the Commonwealth this past year has been an absolute dream come true. It's been a busy year. In the past year, I've done 324 appearances. I have traveled 42,000 miles. Thankfully, I have a sponsored car, so that was very nice. And then I set a goal to be the first Miss Pennsylvania in our history to visit all 67 counties. And I'm really proud to say that I accomplished that goal just about a week ago. And the reason I thought it was so important to visit all 67 counties is because I wanted every single Pennsylvanian in this state to feel seen, to be heard. And as Miss Pennsylvania, I'm able to make a difference in those lives. Miss Pennsylvania is not an influencer, but she really is a public servant. Every single day, I am tasked with the big responsibility of impacting the lives of others. And I'm so grateful that I've been able to do that this past year. A little bit more about this organization. I started when I was just 17, or I started 17 years ago, excuse me. And through this organization, I have received over $100,000 personally because of this organization, allowing me to be a magna cum laude graduate from the University of Alabama, where I graduated debt-free with 2 Bachelor of Arts degrees in broadcast journalism and dance. And now, thanks to the extra scholarship dollars I received, I am now pursuing my private pilot's license with dreams of becoming a commercial pilot. So I'm very grateful. Thank you. I'm very grateful to be a part of this organization that empowers women to achieve their academic dreams. So thank you all so much for having me. It's been an honor to serve as your Miss Pennsylvania this past year.
Thank you very much. And at this time, I would like to invite Alice Ann Frost and Chair of the York Rotary Grants Committee, Kelly Gibson, to the podium for a York Rotary Grants announcement.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm pleased to be here as the chair of the Rotary Grants Committee and have Alice Ann, who is also on the committee, to help me to announce this year's 2025 Rotary Grant awardees. So I'll let you take it away, Alice Ann.
Great, thank you, Kelly. So about York Rotary Grants Committee, we provide valuable funding support to address the changing needs to York through grant programs focused on improving our local community. The Rotary Grants Committee selected 9 programs that met the focus areas of cultivating youth success or improving the York City environment.
Thanks to funding from the York Rotary Foundation and matching funds from the club, we were able to award $50,000 to these programs. That is awesome. A round of applause for that.
The first organization is Bell Socialization Services After School Activities in Bell Shelter. This is a pilot program to provide after-school activities and enrichment to children residing in Bell shelters.
Burns Health Education Center supports preventative health education programs for York City youth.
Creative York Art in the Parks, an annual free summer art program held in 5 parks across York City through August through July, and that's been running for over 30 years.
Family First Health's Youth Advisory at Hannah-Penn Pre-K to 8 School, an adult youth partnership initiative that aims to raise awareness about health issues and empower students to take an active role in their physical and mental well-being.
The Farquhar Park Woodland Playground and Restroom Project. a new woodland playground at Farquhar Park that will offer play areas for infants, tots, and youth.
Girls on the Run in York City schools. The grant will enable GOTR to be accessible to families with a flat fee of $10 and provide free equipment.
Morales Kitchen, cooking up connections, supporting York City youth, particularly those impacted by systematic inequities through a creative, food-centered arts education program.
Shine Music Foundation Music School. This grant will cover the cost of purchasing new instruments, ensuring that every student has access regardless of their financial background.
And the YMCA of the Roses, Y Readers Summer Reading Loss Prevention, provides vital out-of-school learning and enrichment opportunities through the summer months.
So thank you, because without your support of the Rotary Club Foundation, these dollars wouldn't be able to be impacting our community in this really monumental way. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So as many of you know, at the end of June every year, our club gets a new president, and that day is today, which means I'm passing the gavel to Wilda, who will serve as our club's president for the next year. But before I do, I would like to take a few minutes and recap the past 12 months that I had the honor of serving as your president. To start us off, I want to share with you a few things that I found interesting about becoming Rotary president. So I thought my calendar was full before, then it became 93% Rotary, 6% sleep, and 1% wondering, what have I gotten myself into? Next, I suddenly became everybody's favorite person. When someone had a project idea, wanted to speak at the podium, or make a club change, I was suddenly their instant new best friend. Members assumed I knew everything. Spoiler alert, I was usually just winging it with confidence and a smile. And all of a sudden, I got to hand out awards like Oprah. You get a Ball Harris, you get a steak, you get a Student of the Month. And out of nowhere, I had magical power. Each week, I could motion my hands like this, and everybody would sit down. And one thing I never realized before was how many acronyms we truly use in Rotary. For example, we're coordinating with RLI regarding the PH award when the DGN is in town, right after the PPE announcement and before the SPD committee meeting. And lastly, I wasn't just president, I was also the event MC, email reminder, and the person everyone looks at when the slides won't advance. Now, on a more serious note, let's talk about some of the amazing work that our club did this past year. In the middle of last year, we embraced our club's 3-year strategic plan. We also experienced a committee revamp where we dissolved, merged, and added some committees. As a part of this committee revamp, we added a vice chair role to each committee, and we placed a 5-year cap on the length of time a committee chair can serve, so we're continuing to develop leaders within our club. Additionally, we had 3 focus areas: the City of York, youth success, and membership engagement. In years past, we had done much of our work in the City of York, but for the past year, to stay in line with our club's mission statement and strategic focus areas, we were extra intentional with our efforts in the local community being directed to the City of York. This also bled through to our youth success focus area, which meant we had to make some difficult changes within our club through committees who work with youth success, like Youth Exchange and Youth Leadership. We now have all projects that are sponsored by our club, meaning if we're donating money or if we have club volunteers attending, go first through the Service Project Development Committee for review with their recommendations for final approval by our club's board. This is to help a few things. 1, to ensure the project is aligned with our club's mission and strategic plan. 2, to break down any silos between committees and identify if cross-committee collaboration is possible. 3, and to make sure there's transparency with what members are out there doing on behalf of the Rotary Club of York. And the last focus area that I want to touch on is membership engagement. Without a properly engaged membership, we can't really do anything. So often we bring in new members, but were we really taking care of those members? I know it's exciting to say, hey, we have 300 members in our club, but it was more important to me that we had an engaged membership than volume of members. We now take additional steps to really prioritize a new member's first-year experience. Additionally, we want to engage with all members, whether you've been a member for 1 year or 30 years, to ensure that you're not becoming a small fish in a big sea, because let's face it, our club is big and can be confusing and at times overwhelming. We've regularly been asking members for feedback, and we've been taking that feedback into action. So I hope you've noticed some of the additional steps that we've taken this lately to engage with our membership. Now I want to switch gears and share with you a few memorable Rotary moments. Each year, Rotary International has a conference where 25,000 Rotarians from hundreds of countries attend. It was a true honor to attend last year's conference in Singapore. It was kind of like a global family reunion, if your relatives actually liked each other and came bearing grant applications. Picture Disney World for do-gooders, except instead of mouse ears, we wore Rotary swag and our thrill rides were breakout sessions on youth success. I met people who flew halfway across the globe to talk about membership engagement, strategic planning, and service. And I realized, wow, we're really part of something big. I came back with a suitcase full of Rotary swag, a phone full of new contacts and a head full of ideas, and 10 extra pounds in body fat from eating everything in sight, including fish stomach. I think past President Rob also ate it as well. Where is he at? Yeah, he also ate it. The flight to Singapore was the world's second longest direct flight. It was 19 hours and 10 minutes long. And for whatever reason, my most memorable moment on the flight was when I got out of my economy seat and I thought I would try using the business class bathroom. And very quickly, the flight attendant came over to me and said, "Ma'am, you can't use that bathroom. We like to separate the classes." So that was kind of a bummer, but I didn't get to use the business class bathroom. But on a better note, they did feed me a delicious meal every few hours. But the overall highlight from that trip was connecting with someone who lives in Singapore now, but was actually an exchange student who was hosted by our club 12 years ago. Got to have a meal at his home. It was very special. One of my favorite meetings is the day that we recognize perfect attendance. So if you missed this, we did this last November. And if you achieve perfect attendance for the previous Rotary year, you earn yourself a steak for lunch while everybody else had to eat a gross overcooked hamburger. So if you think I took this job for the Rotary prestige, no, it's because I got to give out steaks. And it was especially special recognizing the 9 members of our club who had over 20 years of perfect attendance. In case you're not familiar with how it works, you can earn perfect attendance by attending our meetings in person, on Zoom, or by watching the recording, by attending a fellowship event, volunteering at a Rotary event, or participating on our board. Essentially, anytime that you're engaged with our club or visit another Rotary Club's weekly meeting, when you're traveling, it counts towards that perfect 100% attendance, and then you get a steak while everybody else gets a hamburger. But my most unforgettable Rotary moment was when I was playing Top Golf and my score beat Doug Berman. That's right. Not only did I beat Doug, but so did Sean Kenny, Teresa Gregory, and Lynn Morrison. So let's put this situation through the 4-way test. Is it the truth? Scoreboard does not lie, Doug. Is it fair to all concerned? As long as you're not a sore loser. Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Yeah, it was time for Doug to share the spotlight. Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Doug, I feel like this moment has never brought us closer than ever before, and I will happily be your golf mentor. All right, so they say it takes a village, but in my case, it took an all-star team. And I may have won the crown this year, but the real magic came from the team behind the queen, our incredible board, staff, and our committees. Our board meets once a month, but throughout the month are in constant communication regarding club business. Our board is dedicated, thoughtful, and genuinely fun to work with. This year, 3 members of our board will be hitting their term limit and will be replaced with new board members. So at this time, I would like us to all thank Cal Weary, Aaron Jacobs, and Bill Hartman for their years of service to our club's board of directors. Additionally, our Rotary Club truly cannot operate without Lynn and Heather. Lynn works for our club full-time as our executive director, and Heather works for our club part-time assisting Lynn. Lynn and I often joke that we talk to each other more than our spouses. She's in my favorites in my phone. And it does not include how many times we talk to each other via email. I looked back 2 days ago, and I had over 600 emails with Lynn these last 12 months. So she's someone that I have learned a lot from and somebody that I look up to. Lynn is truly our club's secret weapon and what keeps us running as a well-oiled machine, and I'm forever grateful to have had the opportunity to work closely with her this past year. And lastly, I would like to extend my deepest gratitude to our 23 committee chairs for your dedication, leadership, and service. Your commitment to our mission and your willingness to go above and beyond have made a lasting impact on our club and our community. Each project, each meeting, each moment of planning and teamwork, none of it would have been possible without your passion and energy. It's been a privilege to work alongside such inspiring leaders, and I hope you feel as proud of your contributions as I do. I truly have enjoyed serving as your president. It has been an incredible journey. Doug made us take that picture, by the way. When I accepted this role 3 years ago, I never could have imagined that the timing of this presidency would align with my husband's 11-month deployment, completing a multi-million-dollar construction project to open a storage unit complex, welcoming a new baby, and working full-time as my job as president of Bailey Coach. But if there's one thing that Rotary teaches us, it's that service does not wait for the perfect time. It happens in the midst of life's biggest challenges and milestones. I truly have enjoyed serving you. But today I get to pass the gavel to Wilda, and I'm proud to pass the gavel to someone who leads with heart, purpose, and a whole lot of Rotary spirit. Wilda is someone I got to know better in 2023 when we traveled to a Rotary conference in Baton Rouge. Here's some fun pictures of the trip, and here's a picture that Wilda does not know I took. Wilda, you are the perfect person to be our president, thoughtful, passionate, and ready to lead us forward. From standing in front of the sip, swag, repeat, to stepping into lead, serve, and inspire, you're proving that leadership can be equal parts fun and meaningful. Your energy, your vision, and your kindness will take this club to new heights. Now, Wilda, I do have a few words of encouragement to leave you with. Remember, being Rotary president is just like hosting a party every week, where you also need to know Robert's rules, fix the mic, and pretend you were not just making the agenda 5 minutes before the meeting. Always ding the bell harder than you were planning. I swear the harder you hit it, you have this like magical power. I believe in you, but mostly because you said yes and now it's too late. But seriously, if anybody can juggle a million committee meetings, 300 members, and all the other chaos, fun, that comes with the job, it's you. Our club is in great hands. So before officially installing Wilda as my replacement, I would like to invite past President Jody Keller to the podium to formally introduce to you our club's new president.
Oh, I'm so happy to be back up at the podium. It's been so long. Oh. Well, good afternoon, fellow Rotarians. It really is a privilege that I have to introduce my dear friend and colleague, Wilda Reahm-Alessi. She is going to be our 26th president of the Rotary Club of York. And I have to tell you that she is taking a bit of a chance having me introduce her, as she's well aware of the bad jokes I used to tell when I was club president many years ago, and she knows all the things I know about her. But I'm going to be good. So that was then. This is now time to tell you a few facts about Wilda, some little known and some well known. Wilda has served as the executive director of Leadership York for 10 years and was with the York Economic Alliance, for 12 years prior to her current role. Wilda can be relatively quiet and unassuming, yet she's a force and has a fascinating background. She grew up on a farm in Bedford County in Western PA, and now she lives in the big city, downtown New York, and enjoys the vibrant, walkable lifestyle the city affords. Wilda holds a Bachelor's of Humanities in Communications and serves on many community nonprofit boards and Rotary district and club committees. She once hung out with the UN ambassador to Germany, and she has a tweet in the Obama White House online archive. Now, I don't know much more about that, and they're sort of, just odd. Odd like facts, but anyway. But a really cool thing, last fall, Wilda traveled to Okinawa, a small island south of Japan, to visit relatives. Wilda and I play bad golf together. She's a lot better than me. And how about this one? Wilda is a skydiver. But my favorite fact about Wilda is she spent time in a recording studio in high school doing backup vocals on campfire songs. Okay. I promised to Wilda that I would not reveal anything else. So please join me in greeting our new president, Wilda Reahm-Alessi.
So this is the time that I'm to officially pin Wilda, and I thought it might be a little bit more fun to give Wilda her pin on a matching pink blazer. So, all right, there we go. Doug, get excited. We already ordered yours in your size for next year. He's excited. Okay, Wilda Reahm-Alessi, do you solemnly pledge to fulfill the duties of the office of President of the Rotary Club of York to the best of your ability to advance the purposes of Rotary and to abide by the Rotary motto of service above self? If so, answer, I do.
I do.
I hereby declare you installed as the President of the Rotary Club of York. And Wilda has a little bit of a fan club here today, and along with her is her boyfriend, Tony, who I'm going to invite to the podium now to present her with some flowers. Very sweet of Tony. Round of applause for Tony.
I'm sorry, Doug. I promised Doug last week there would be no kissing at the podium. Didn't take. All right, President Courtney, you're not done yet. I was gonna like start walking towards the door because Jody's like, it's too late. I'm like, it's never too late. It's never too late. Anyway, past President Courtney, it is my pleasure to present you with this gift. On behalf of the club and its leadership, thank you for your service over the past year. You've truly been an inspiration. I hope you enjoy your status as past president. I know you will. Yes. She's not been counting down the days or anything. So, but thank you so much for everything. And I'm not gonna say I have big shoes to fill, but I will be probably much calmer than Courtney.
Thank you.
And I just have to say, my mother will be so proud that I'm wearing pink because she always gives me a hard time about wearing black. So at this time, my first order of business is installing our 25-26 officers and directors. So at this time, when I call your name, please stand. So we have Doug Berman as president-elect, Kelly Gibson, president-elect nominee, and BJ Fegley, financial vice president. Do you accept and understand the charges of the office to which you are elected and will work with diligence for the betterment of the club? If so, answer, I do. All right, thank you. You may be seated. I hereby declare you installed as officers of the Rotary Club of York for the Rotary year 2025 to 26. We also have some new directors. There's at least one here. At this time, I'd like to install our new directors. As I call your name, please stand if you are here. We have Teresa Gregory, Joe Stein, and Sean Kenny. Joe is representing our incoming board of directors, our new directors. Joe, do you solemnly pledge to fulfill the duties as director to the best of your ability, to advance the purposes of Rotary and to abide by the Rotary motto of service above self? If so, answer, I do. Thank you. I hereby declare you installed as directors of the Rotary Club of York. Congratulations. I'd also like to recognize the following directors who are continuing this year: Dee Baker, Elaine Bonneau, Eric Chase, Jen May, and Jules Tolbert. Thank you for your continued service to the club, and I look forward to working with you on the board. So what you're all here for, my president's remarks. Thank you, Jody, for that wonderful and contained introduction. She does know a lot about me. We've had a lot of good times, mostly involving golf, and no photographic evidence. You'd think we've known each other. Well, she was my mentor in 2015. You'd think we'd have photos, but literally that one, there's like, yeah, it's all around golf. So thank you very much, Jody. And thank you, past President Courtney, for everything you've done. Your steady leadership has set us up for a strong and exciting year ahead. And thank you to Vaughn Krause, who's the incoming president for the Uptown Club, for being here today. I look forward to working with you and your club as well this year. So I'm someone who's always looking for patterns and meaningful coincidences. And this is a fun one. So I joined Rotary in 2016 during our 100th anniversary when we were still meeting at the Yorktown Club or Yorktown Hotel. And now in my 10th year as Rotarian, I get to serve as president during our 110th anniversary. I don't think I could have planned that better if I tried. So I'm very excited about that. So let's get down to business. My fellow Rotarians, it's truly an honor to stand before you as the incoming president of the Rotary Club of York, the largest Rotary Club in Pennsylvania, and one of the largest in the world. That scale is impressive, but what really makes this club extraordinary isn't our size. It's our people, it's you. Each of you brings something unique to the table, your energy, your ideas, your commitment, and your heart. Together, we are a force for good in York and beyond. To our current members, thank you for the countless hours that you dedicate, the enthusiasm you bring to our meetings, and the generosity you show through service. It's because of you that our club continues to be a beacon of positive change. I've seen firsthand how deeply you care about this organization, and I'm inspired by the way you show up. Whether you're in your first year or your 40th, your voice, your involvement, and your leadership matter. To our prospective members and guests, if you're looking for a place to make a real difference, to grow as a leader, and to connect with a community of purpose-driven professionals, you've found it. Rotary isn't just a club, it's a movement. It's a global network of people who believe in service above self and who are ready to roll up their sleeves and get to work. If it sounds like you, we'd love to have you join us. So looking ahead to my priorities for the year, it's all about building on momentum. My first priority that I forgot to put up on there on the slide is that there will be no wasabi mashed potatoes. There will be meatloaf. I floated that idea at a club meeting. It didn't go over very well. But as I take on this role, my goal is to continue the strong momentum that President Courtney and the leadership team have built. We have a clear strategic plan that serves as our roadmap. It keeps us focused, aligned, and moving forward together. One of our top priorities is member engagement, because our success and our impact depends on members who are active, connected, and inspired. It's not enough to just attend the weekly meetings. We need members to participate, collaborate, and contribute. Our club is only as strong as its members. To help with that, I'm asking our committees to think creatively, work together more intentionally, and align their efforts with our shared goals. We have the talent, we have the heart, and now let's multiply our impact. One of the most exciting priorities for the year is launching a new high-impact signature project focused on youth success in York City. We want something visible, something lasting, and something that our whole club can rally behind. When we invest in young people through mentorship, education, and opportunity, we are investing in the future of our entire community. I'm excited to work with all of you to build something meaningful that leaves a legacy for the next generation. Leadership is at the core of who we are. And this year, we're going to be intentional about developing our next generation of leaders. That means identifying, encouraging, and mentoring members who are ready to step up. If you see someone with that spark, or you are someone with that spark, invite them in, help them find their place, whether it's on a committee, the board, or someday in this role. Growing leaders is how we ensure that Rotary remains strong and relevant and vibrant for years to come. Before I close, I want to thank a few of the people who have helped me to get here. To my mentor, Jody, thank you. Your guidance, your belief in me, your gentle nudges and not so gentle nudges have made all the difference. To Lauren Crow, who sponsored and mentored me every Wednesday on those long walks from the YCEA office to the Yorktown Hotel. Thank you. To past President Rooney, who's no longer in York, he quietly and persistently shepherded me into Rotary leadership, and I didn't even realize it. To all the past presidents and members who offer advice and support, and to Dave Meckley, who made the call. And if anyone knows how to say no to Dave, please come see me afterwards, because I've not mastered that skill yet. And I want to give a quick shout out to my personal board of advisors and friends who are here today. You know who you are. Thank you for your support and helping me keep things in perspective. To the Leadership York staff and board, some of whom are here today, thank you for your support and partnership. Your commitment to growing leaders aligns with Rotary's mission, and I'm so proud of what we're building together. We are a small but mighty crew making a big impact in our community. And to my family in Bedford County, some of whom are on Zoom, thank you for keeping me humble, as families do. My parents were my first models of service above self, and they instilled in me the importance of giving back and helping others. And to my partner, Tony, thank you for your patience, encouragement, and endless support. You are my rock, and I couldn't do this without you. And to past President Courtney, I think it's hilarious that we picked the same picture. Thank you for your patience, encouragement, and endless support. Now I'm talking to Tony. Oh my gosh, sorry, missed my place. I've really enjoyed getting to know you better. I appreciate all the support that you've given to me and the prodding. We have very different organizational styles, but I appreciate that. It's been a learning opportunity for me. You're amazing. I am constantly in awe of everything that you do. And I'm going to miss our little adventures. So I'm sure Doug is going to miss them too. You can still rope Doug into some things. So some of you may know may know this about me, and Jody alluded to it. I'm a little bit of an adrenaline junkie. I've jumped out of a perfectly good airplane 6 times, and I'm planning my 7th jump this year. And I'll say taking on the role of president feels a little bit like that jump. The few months leading up to it are a lot like a free fall. Exhilarating, disorienting, full of anticipation and emails. But then the parachute opens, you catch your breath, and you get to enjoy the breathtaking view of all that's possible. And that's how I feel today. Excited, grateful, and ready for the ride. And I solemnly swear I will not make any of you jump out of a plane with me unless you want to. So thank you for your trust, your commitment, and your heart for service. I'm excited for what's ahead, and I'm honored to take flight with each of you. So now on to next week's meeting. Back to business. Our speaker next week will be Mark Donacci. Mark is a senior investment advisor with Wilmington Trust and manages about $2 billion for high net worth individuals and institutions in the greater Philadelphia area and central PA. He will provide an assessment of current economic and market conditions and the outlook for the second half of this year. His commentary will include expectations for GDP growth, inflation, unemployment, and how this will influence federal policy over the next 6 to 12 months. I will be traveling to Calgary, not quite as exotic as Singapore. I don't think we'll have any fish stomach there, for the annual Rotary International Conference next week. So in my absence and past President Courtney's absence, District Governor Designate Aaron Jacobs will be leading the meeting. And with that, this meeting is adjourned.